You all loved seeing 10 essential products that I keep in my pro makeup kit. You requested a part 2, so here it is. Let's get right into 10 essential products that I keep in my pro makeup kit. Now, all good makeup applications and all of my makeup appointments, my makeup jobs, they all start with one thing, and that is good lighting. Good lighting is key. Key to seeing what the heck you are doing, key to seeing how to color match someone properly, key to seeing if you have gone too dark on the eyeshadow for what the occasion is. There are so many reasons why you have to have good professional lighting as a professional makeup artist, or just as a makeup lover in general. If you're doing your makeup and you don't have good lighting, you know how big of a struggle it can be. You think it looks good, you think it looks one way, and then you leave your house, you leave your bathroom, and you go in your car, you check your mirror, and it's a completely different look. You have too much bronzer on, too much eyeliner, this or that. You get the idea. So lighting is absolutely an essential, like pure essential part to all my makeup jobs I do. And there's 2 makeup lights that I want to share with you. Now this is going to be, I'm going to keep it to 10 products. However, I found a way to sneak in multiple products with each like 10 product that I'm about to show you. So for this first product out of the 10, it's a 2-for-1. I'm gonna share with you 2 lights that are essential that I keep and I travel with me and I take with me on every single makeup job that I do. Now there's a reason why I have 2 different lights, okay? And let me get into the OG of makeup lights and pretty much the gold standard of makeup lights in my opinion. This is from the brand The Makeup Light. Now the Makeup Light is the actual name of the brand. It's so funny because I get asked all the time, what light do you use for your makeup? And I say the Makeup Light. And it sounds like I'm just giving a really generic answer, but that's actually the name of the brand. So a little backstory. I used to carry around one that was shaped kind of like just like a longer, thinner, it's called the eye light version of this makeup light. And backstory, I lost it somewhere. I misplaced it. I left it somewhere, I think at a hotel. I've called around, I've talked to clients. I have no idea where this light went. So I just got in the mail the new replacement for it. And I decided to get their standard classic shape this time. It's just like a classic square shape. And the reason why these are so fantastic is they give off the perfect balanced light. Not too cool, not too warm. It's right in between, and it's supposed to emulate daytime lighting, which is the best way and the best lighting to do your makeup in is natural daylight, because it's the most truest representation of what that makeup actually looks like. It's natural daylight. It's not going to alter the color, like it's not going to make it too cool, too warm. You get the idea. So the Makeup Light, it is a pricey light. It's $300. It does come with some accessories. However, there's also other accessories that I buy separately. For example, I like to use the suction mount for this light. The one time that I use this light the most is usually in hotel rooms or really cramped small spaces. So hotel rooms that are small, that obviously don't have good lighting, they never do, ever. I feel like every hotel just has terrible lighting. It can be really frustrating to deal with and to navigate as a makeup artist when you're in hotel rooms and they're dark and they're dimly lit, there's shadows, there's this and that. So this light always comes with me when I'm going to hotels or traveling because it's flat and it's really easy to pack in my kit or in my suitcase. And also the suction part, right? I don't use this with an actual like tripod stand. I use my other light that I'm gonna get to in a second with a tripod stand. This one I use just with the suction cup mount. And the suction cup mount, you suction it to a window or a glossy, you could do like a tile wall, like in a bathroom. You could do it on a glossy door if it's like a shiny glossy finish and not like a matte finish. Any glossy surface the mount will stick to, and then it clears up all the space below it. So it's ideal for small spaces. I also use this the most when I'm going to be in like a movie trailer, like these really small, very, very, very tight cornered movie trailers where you usually have to share the space with a hairstylist and wardrobe and then the talent. So I'll use this when I'm in that kind of situation where it's a really small space, it's a really crowded space. And I'll mount this to the actual mirror in the makeup trailer. And it saves all that space below me. I don't have anyone tripping over the cord. I don't have anyone tripping over the actual, like, the stand that you would mount it on. So, takes up no room. It lights the entire area that I'm in, and it's a beautiful light that's very flattering. It's just an incredible light. So, long story short, this is the best, the cream of the crop, essentially, for makeup lights, in my opinion. Pricey, well worth it. Don't lose it. Like I did, don't misplace it. And I was devastated when I couldn't find that light, and I still am baffled as to where it went. I have no clue where that light went, but this is an absolute essential light for me. And the other light It's a newer favorite of mine. I discovered it maybe the last year, and it's one that I have for me personally. I actually have 3 of these that I own. This one stays in my makeup kit, and then I have 2 that I keep at home. I have one that I'll travel with for myself, and then I have one that's in like this studio right here that we're filming in. This is from the brand Maquillage, and Maquillage is a beauty light company, and they have created such an amazing compact light that gives off such a powerful amount of light. You can adjust the tone and the temperature, which is really convenient. The battery pack, it's not charged, so I can't turn it on, but normally you actually don't have to plug it in if you don't want to. If you charge this battery pack, that way when you're on the go, or if you're just not wanting to plug it into an actual wall outlet, or if you don't have one nearby, you can use just the battery. I just don't have mine charged because I always plug it in when I'm working with this light. But you do have the option, which is I find really convenient and just handy and useful. But their temperature, you could change. I can't turn it on because again, the light it's not plugged in, but you could change the temperature. You can adjust the brightness of it. There's all kinds of ways to change the temperature and change just the overall vibe that you want with the light that you get with this light. So very useful as a makeup artist. Let's say you're in a setting where like the walls are painted a really warm color and then your makeup is turning, it's looking on camera like it's really, really warm because of it. You could change the temperature, cool it down, level it out, and make it nice and even. And it's just a really great product. And the light that it gives off, like I mentioned, is so beautiful and so flattering. And it gives like this like crispy, glowy, almost like a sparkly glow effect. It's just a phenomenal light. It's equally as expensive as the makeup light. So they're both investment pieces. But once you buy them once, as long as you don't lose them, you will have them forever and they will last forever. They're really great quality lighting, and the 2 that I highly recommend the absolute most. And I specifically will just, it has like a screw here. So I have a little tripod, I screw it to the top of it, and I put this right in front of my clients, and beautiful, stunning light that it gives off. So flattering. So that's an essential, 2 in 1. But let's get to product number 2 that is a must-have in my pro kit. And no surprise here, I should have mentioned this in the last round, but I mentioned the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray in that video, the first video that came out. This one is equally as important to me as the Charlotte Tilbury, and it's a product and a setting spray that I will not do a makeup job without. I'm at the point where I buy this pretty much on auto refill every single month. It's the One Size Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. Now, this is like that final round of locking in your makeup. So if you're a makeup artist, or if you're just someone who wears makeup and you need it to be like pristine and not move all throughout the day, this is what you need. This is the GOAT, truly, for long-lasting, locking in, budge-proof makeup. Forget the all-nighter from Urban Decay. She's old news. This is the one that you need if you really want your makeup to withstand a lot of stuff, okay? Like rain, shine, sweat, humidity, all those things. You need to finish your makeup with this setting spray. So I always finish my clients that I'm not staying with. Like, let's say I have a client, I'm doing a do and go. I do this all the time. I do their makeup and then I go. Hence the name do and go, right? It's great because it's like you could do multiple people in one day. You can, if you're like me, you could do a do and go in the morning, then come back home, film a video for YouTube, and you've knocked out 2 things that you need to do all in one day. So on days that I do and goes, this setting spray, when I'm leaving my client and I need their makeup not to move, this setting spray is a holy grail. Like, I will spray a generous amount all over. Make sure you warn your client or yourself, hold your breath for a couple seconds because you don't want to inhale this. It is very strong. And think of it more as like the Elnet hairspray, like that, you know, really strong, super strong hold hairspray. Think about it in those terms, but for your face and your makeup. It's the same concept, basically. It's like a way to shellac and seal the deal on your makeup so it does not move. So absolutely an essential. I buy these constantly. It's just the best. I mean, I'm so thrilled that One Size came out with that because nothing beats that setting spray because it just locks it all into place. Let's get to this next product because this is a fun product. So not more of like an essential product, but more of like a fun product that I pull one of the 2 of these out every single time I do makeup. And these are just a holy grail for creating glow and enhancing glow and adding like a glossy, wet shine kind of glow to my clients. So not like a glitter glow, but like a glow from within. I have healthy, juicy, super hydrated skin. These 2 products will give you that kind of effect. Both are creams. One is from Victoria Beckham, and this is the shade Pearl. And this is actually a recommendation that I was heavily influenced to pick up from Andrea Ali, who's a fellow YouTuber, incredible makeup artist. She was raving about this product, and I was like, say no more. I'm gonna go out and get it. So this adds such a beautiful, can you see that? Glossy, dewy finish to the skin. I mean, it's a fantastic product. It doesn't move the makeup like you would think that a glossy stick like this would, but the way I like to apply this is actually either with my fingertip or with a small brush. So I'll dip into it, and let me just actually show you on camera, and you could tap it on the high point. So I love this as a finishing step on the nose. You could do the cheek, obviously. Not only that, you could do the décolleté, like the collarbone. Let me show you with the other one too, how I like to use this. But adds a beautiful glow. It's an essential in my kit. I live for this product. It is absolutely stunning. I also love to use this product in the tear duct of the eye. So right in here for like a little wet glow instead of a shimmer eyeshadow. Phenomenal product. So this, absolute essential. And then the other one is slightly deeper. So this one's a lot more sheer and pretty much translucent. So I can use this on all skin tones, but this one has more color pigment behind it. So this one is Bubbly Baby from Nude Sticks. And let me show you what this one looks like next to it so you can get a good idea. But all the same kind of talking points where it's like a wet glow. So here's Victoria Beckham and here is Nude Sticks. So there's more pigment behind it. You could see like there's definitely more color load behind it. Whereas this one is literally clear and see-through and it's got like a clear base. This one's got a colored pigment base. Beautiful. It has a thicker texture to it. And I use it in the same exact way that I use the Victoria Beckham. Can you see that? I mean, it's just stunning. So one of the great ways to use this also is on the collarbone. You might not be able to tell on camera because I'm a little further away because of the makeup kit, but it is just a beautiful way to, can you see that? Highlight the collarbone of the chest. You can get your shoulders with it, like the high points of your shoulder. It's just a fantastic product. And I also use this on the eyes as well. And I just love these two products for glow. Enhancing glow, topping it. You can use them on the lips. There's just endless ways you can use those two products. So such an essential for me in my makeup kit. And then let's switch gears to another essential, but in a more, I guess like a less fun way. Like this is like an essential product that's really fun to me because it adds like that sparkly, wet, balmy glow. This is an essential because it's just an essential, okay? Color correctors are an essential part of every makeup artist kit. You have to have good color correctors. And these are my current favorites. I have switched between brands for, I don't know, like for the last 16 years I've been doing makeup. I've switched and I've changed between many different brands. This one has stuck in my kit probably the longest, which I know they haven't been out for that long, but I've just been absolutely loving these and grabbing them for every single appointment that I do. They're so easy to work with. They're very smoothie on the skin, which I really appreciate. And that also the reason why I really appreciate these and I love this formula is because they're the same formula as the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer, which is a fantastic concealer formula. Very smoothing, very flawless, gives great coverage, and it's just really overall easy to work with. It's the same formula, but in color correctors. These are the three that I keep stocked in my kit that I use the most. And you know, you don't need every single color corrector shade in order to do a color correcting job. You just need the deepest and the lightest usually, and you can mix the two to get a customized shade. So you can mix the darkest and the lightest to get like an in-between mid-tone color correcting shade. I like to still keep three in my kit. If you know me, you know I don't pack light. So the three that I use the most is Blood Orange, Pink Pomelo, and Mango. These three are essential in my pro kit and they just make color correcting so easy because they lay so well under concealer and under foundation. So absolutely an essential for me in my kit. And then let's talk about this next product, okay? If you're a makeup artist, it's really handy and really essential to have a good brow book, like a book of all the brow colors and powder form that you could ever need, want, or imagine. And there's so many other ways you can use this palette too. You can create a smoky eye with this. They're all basically neutral, warm, and cool earth tones. So this one's from Senna, and for years and years, I went through two of the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow books. That's another really big one, but that also has like waxes in there too, which have melted before and become really messy. Anyway, I can't find that book anymore. So when I was going to replace it because that one had expired, was, you know, old and I needed to get a new one, I couldn't find it. So I switched over to Senna because it looked beautiful and I was swatching the formulas and they felt amazing. So this has been an essential in my pro kit. So the Senna Brow Book, it's a pro palette, but anyone can use it. And another way I find this to be so incredibly useful is for a lot of my clients, I like to fill in their hairline. So around, like, let's say I'm doing someone who has really like light blonde hair, which I have a lot of blondes that I work with. And their hair is back, and then you can start to see a little bit of like their scalp through. Well, it ends up affecting the overall look of the makeup, because right here, like let's say you have your bronzer and your contour and things like that. And then if you look in, you see this line of separation where like the more pale scalp begins. So I'll use this brow book to fill in those areas of the hairline. So also, if I have a client who has like sparse areas of their hairline and they're maybe more self-conscious about it, which I don't blame them. I'm self-conscious about this right here, and it just is what it is. So you can use this brow palette for multiple purposes. Like I said, eyeshadow, eyeliner, things like that. But honestly, I use it so often for filling in the hairline. It's not even funny. You can also use it for filling in beards. So if you work with men, if you do men's grooming on set, which I've done for years and years of my life, like I still take an occasional men's grooming client on, but I'll use this to fill in any sparse areas of the beard because the tones are just perfect and they usually match the hair perfectly as well. So not just great for brows, great for so many other purposes and so many other reasons. It's long wearing, it's long lasting, they're easy to apply, they're easy to blend, they're easy to work with, and they're all the essential shades that you need. So this never ever leaves my pro kit. And if you know, you know. So definitely an essential, not the most fun item, but definitely like an essential. I'm gonna save like the last item to be like a really fun one because it's a lot of products wrapped into one. This is a newer product that I discovered maybe in the last year. This is from Elf, and it's a color corrector, like a color adjuster. So it's a camo color corrector, and this is just blue. Blue is essential to keep in your kit, okay? Just like green is to reduce redness in skin and in your complexion. Blue is an essential to cool down and to neutralize products that maybe are too warm. So let's say you don't have a million foundations in your pro kit as a makeup artist, and you have a lot of ones that are leaning on the warm, golden undertone side, but you still want to be able to use them on multiple people, not just people that have a warm complexion. Or let's say you just, you don't have the right tone for your client and you want to make that one foundation work, but still it's leaning a little too on the warm side. If you have a blue color corrector, it's an instant, easy, quick fix. And this one's so cheap. This is like $6 or $8, and it's so easy to work with. So what you would do, and I'll actually show you with a foundation from my personal collection that's just way too warm on me. What you would do is just mix either a dot or more, depending on like how warm that foundation is, into that formula, and it instantly cuts some of the warmth. It instantly neutralizes it, instantly makes it more neutral, even leaning cool, depending on like how much of this you mix into that foundation. So let me show you a quick example of how you would use this color corrector in blue. So Anastasia Beverly Hills, I love this foundation, but just however, it leans way too warm on my complexion. So you would mix, let's take one dot of this foundation on its own. You can see it's much more on the golden, warm undertone side, right? Even though actually this foundation is labeled a cool tone, it's quite opposite. It's very, very warm, especially on my complexion. So you would take a little bit of the color corrector, and it could be a tiny amount. It doesn't have to be a ton. You take a tiny amount, and you mix this into any formula foundation. It could also be a concealer that you can mix it into if you need to. And what this does is it instantly neutralizes and essentially cools down products. So it's a great way to get the most out of your foundations. I mean, this instantly cools it off. It's crazy. It's just such a quick fix. So it's a great way to not have to keep so many foundation shades and undertones in your professional kit. If you're working with obviously many clients, it's a great product just to have on hand. And also not only that, I don't know if you've noticed this as a makeup consumer, a makeup artist, a makeup wearer and lover, but there is something about formulas these days. They all, in my opinion, it seems like they all tend to run warm. They all tend to run warm. They all run much warmer than they're labeled. So like this one, for example, like I mentioned, this is the shade 250C. C meaning cool undertone, which it should have more blue in it. It should have more of a cool base to it. But like I showed you, it looked very warm, very like golden on my skin. So there's so many foundations on the market that lean more warm. This is a really, really great product to have on hand to adjust them without having to go out and buy an additional shade, or like just in order to make the warm tones you have in your kit or in your personal collection work for you. Pick up a product like this. It's so easy to work with. Do not be intimidated by it. It is not an intimidating product. You just got to get used to it, play with it, and you'll be like your own pro with this. So absolutely an essential, so easy to work with. and just mixes with anything. This product has been such a lifesaver in my kit. And then speaking of lifesaver products, I shave faces on a regular basis. If I get a client in my chair and I see they have an excess amount of peach fuzz and they're willing and they're open and they're trusting me to shave it off, the impact and the difference it makes in the way that foundation, the way the powders, the way anything that I put on their skin lays and actually sits down is like night and day. The difference is truly night and day. So I get clients and models all the time in my chair. Models especially, I'll get in my chair. If I feel like they're willing to get a little mini face shaving while they're sitting in my chair, I'll ask them. And also if it's really needed. If it's not really needed and it's okay, it's not gonna make a big deal. But like, let's say I'm working on a campaign and it's close-up shots of their face, right? And I need the makeup to look really natural and not look like it's sitting on top of their complexion. Now, if people have an excess amount of peach fuzz, your makeup just can't penetrate through that as well as if it wasn't there. So when you're photographing makeup up close and people have an excess amount of peach fuzz along their jawline or wherever the case, it's usually around here that's the most detectable, like right around the lower part of the cheek and the jawline. If the makeup that I'm working on is gonna be shot close up, I will ask them politely, hey, would you be open to me just doing a little shavy here, a little shavy shave here? And I tell them, I assure them, I promise you it's an old wives' tale that's gonna grow back thicker and longer. That's not gonna happen. I promise you, if it does, I will pay for you to get laser treatment to get it removed. Like, that's how confident I am that that's an old wives' tale. And when they say yes, and I show them how much I got off their skin and how much peach fuzz I was able to remove, and I usually present it in a tissue because it's really rewarding and really satisfying to see it there. They're always shocked. I'm always shocked, they're shocked, and then the way the makeup looks on top of a freshly shaved lower jawline and cheek, like I mentioned, is like no other. So I always have these on hand. They're an essential part to keep, they're an essential tool to keep my pro kit. And then once I've used one of these on my client, it's their gift. I hand it over to them like, this is my gift to you. You can have this razor now to use at your discretion, carefully, at home, because I cannot use it again. It's obviously, that's sanitary purposes, but absolutely an essential. And then one last kind of random tool that I keep in my pro kit that is an essential to me doing makeup on everyone, and something that I pull out every time I'm doing makeup, and I have to have this. And I lost this once not that long ago and I couldn't find it anywhere. It happened to be at the bottom of my makeup bag. I don't know how it got there. I think a ghost put it down there, but I couldn't find it. And I had such a hard time applying mascara because I'm so used to applying mascara on my clients with this tool. So what this tool is, it's a rubberized shield. So this blocks the eyelid from getting mascara on it. So what you do is you hold this up to the eyelid and it acts as a guard and a protection and like a barrier between getting mascara, like wet mascara, on your beautifully applied eyeshadow on your client. It's also a more comfortable way, I find, for me to apply mascara where they can just easily, I'll have them look down, I'll wiggle this here, I'll hold it, I'll grab a spoolie, and I'll just wiggle the mascara from root to tip. And it kind of adds like a little safety layer, or at least it kind of seems like it's a safer way to apply mascara. Some people can be very jumpy when someone else is putting mascara on them and it's a natural reaction. You know, you're coming at someone with a sharp, pointy object and there's always that fear of getting your eye poked, right? This I find I feel like this puts my clients in more of a comfortable state of mind. Like, it's almost like they feel like they have more protection, which is not necessarily true, but it just feels like it. So anyway, this is an essential for me in my kit because it just blocks me from making a mistake and it really allows me to like get in there and really coat my clients' lashes without the fear of making a mistake and getting mascara smudged on their eyeshadow look. So cannot live without this guy. I'll make sure I link it. This one's just from Ulta, but they make different variations. This one just happens to be my favorite because it's really easy to clean and it's made of silicone, so it's very flexible and just very comfortable on my client's eyes. So absolutely an essential. Now another essential, and this has a lot of things in it, okay? This has a ton of things in it, but as a makeup artist, an essential thing that you have to have with you at all times is a tackle box. They're not actually called a tackle box, but they remind me of like a fishing tackle box. That's essentially like what they're used for. Or, you know, you get them for like arts and crafts things and stuff like that. I got this off of Amazon years ago. I'm probably due for a new one, to be honest, because once they start getting kind of stained and scratched up, it bothers me. Like, kind of bothers me. And anyway, so I'll probably get a new one soon, but these are so handy. They're such an essential part of when I'm packing for a job or when I'm packing for like a trip to do someone's makeup in another state. This is like, if I forgot this, I'd be in a tough situation, okay? So the tackle box, they're really inexpensive. Like I said, you can find them on Amazon. They carry them all over. You can also get them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any kind of hobby stores, basically. Craft stores, they carry this kind of stuff. So this has all my essentials that I need for, as far as like my disposable needs. All of those are in here. So pointed Q-tips, an essential part of my makeup applications. I cannot leave home without these. I get these on Amazon. I've linked them many times. I'll try to remember to link them in the description box of this video. These are like disposable lip wands. These are really great for dipping into lip glosses and then hand them over to the client at the end of the day if they want to reuse them for a lipstick application or stuff like that. Or if I'm giving a lipstick in a little container to a client for them to touch up on their own, like after I've left them, I'll leave them one of these to apply it and then they can just toss it when they're done. So disposable, great for sanitation. Obviously, you would never want to double dip and use the same. Obviously, this goes without saying. You would never want to use the doe foot applicator that comes in your glosses on multiple people. That's disgusting, so don't ever do that. So this is a great way to get around it, get in there, get a good amount of product on your wand, and they're just very useful, obviously. Clips, hair clips. I have a variety of cute ones. I get them all over. Hair clips, you will not catch me doing a makeup job without hair clips. These, I clip, one of the first things I do when my client sits down, I clip their hair out of my way, especially if they have lighter hair. You do not want to get makeup in their hair. That is a big, big, big no-no and a big problem if you do. It's very hard to get it out. So clip the hair out of the way, get it out of the way, and start the makeup application. So clips, I have tons of different ones because sometimes I work on multiple people at once and I like the variety. I just like variety and they're really cute. So clips, disposable mascara spoolies or brow spoolies. You can use these to dip into tinted brow gels, clear brow gels, laminating products for brows, and of course mascara. So I use these essentially every makeup application that I do. So absolutely an essential. I've linked these before on Amazon. I love the glitter wand. They're just really fun and make me happy. And this is kind of random. It's like a little random free-for-all. I'm not the biggest duo lash glue fan, but I always have it in my kit just in case. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, but I just do. Extra backup of the like pads that go into eyelash curlers. My favorite eye drops are from Lumify. These give you crystal clear eyes. So if you have redness in your eyes, these will clear that up instantly. Such a great formula. My Tweezer Man tweezers, my pink tweezers. I love the pink ones because they're easy for me to spot in a sea of makeup. These are essential for obviously many things. I pluck eyebrows all the time on my clients. I pluck random hairs. I pluck all kinds of things. And I also use these to apply individual lashes on my clients. So these, absolutely an essential. My scissors, cannot go to a makeup job without my little bird scissors. I got these at the beauty supply store probably like 10 years ago at least. I love these little guys. So that's my tackle box. And I literally cannot go to work without this thing. I can't. There's just too many essentials in that I need to get the job done. Now, last but not least, okay, I know I've done a ton of talking, but last but not least, I thought I would share something kind of fun. And this is for like the 9th product, technically speaking. However, I'm about to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 brown eyeliners, and please don't laugh, but 9 brown eyeliners that I will not leave home without, that I will not do a makeup job without. These are my favorite, like, essential brown eyeliners. I love brown eyeliner. I have tons of black formulas as well, but brown eyeliner is an essential part of the makeup looks that I do. It's like part of my aesthetic as a makeup artist. Everyone's got an aesthetic as a makeup artist. I think when I think of my aesthetic as a makeup artist, it's brown eyeliner. Some form of a brown wing or brown smudgy eyeliner is my jam. It's just my thing. So I want to share my essential ones. I grabbed all my favorites that I think I pull the most when I'm working with clients. So sit back, relax, because we have 9 eyeliners to get through. And we're going to count them as one, and we're going to count them as one of the 10 essential products in my kit. First one first, I don't know. Did that make sense? Is the smallest one in the bunch. I need to get a new one ASAP. This is Costa Riche from MAC. I mean, an absolute, if you know, you know. Costa Riche, she's just that girl. You cannot do my style of makeup without Costa Riche. So I'm gonna swatch good old Costa Riche right there. She's beautiful. She's warm toned. She's got a red hue to her. She's just stunning. She's absolutely stunning. I don't recommend this one on the waterline because it will make you look like you have bloodshot red eyes. Anywhere else, stunning, phenomenal, just gorgeous. Another essential, long wearing, smooth gliding, very pigmented, very easy to work with, but once it's dried down and set, she's not gonna go anywhere. This is Whiskey 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil from Urban Decay. Whiskey I've used for at least, I don't know, probably going on 10 years as well. This is Whiskey. So Whiskey is a matte, warm tone, mid-tone brown that is just striking. I've gone through so many Whiskeys. I've bought so many Whiskey eyeliners in my career. I can't even tell you. It's not even funny. Let's go back to MAC because another essential that I will always repurchase, and this one is a little beat up as well, and I should probably get a new one as well. This is Teddy from MAC. So this is Teddy. Has a shimmer base to it, is a little more on the neutral side, has a lot less red and warmth to it. So very neutral, looks gorgeous on blue eyes. I mean, looks gorgeous on everyone. Looks gorgeous on brown eyes, looks gorgeous on green eyes. I never met anyone that doesn't look good in Teddy. So Teddy is fantastic. Now this one is more of a kohl liner as well as Costa Riche. So what that means is they're more creamy, they're more movable, they're more pliable. So you really have a lot of playtime with these, like a ton of playtime. But with that said, they're not as long wearing, so I usually like to set these with some form of a matching powder, a matching eyeshadow to lock them into place. Now let's move back to Urban Decay. Kind of went back and forth with the brands. The next one from Urban Decay is another one that's an essential in my life, an essential in my kit. It's also the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. This is in the shade Double Life, and Double Life is more of like a deep bronze that is so, they're all stunning. Can you tell I like brown eyeliners? So Double Life, absolutely gorgeous on. It's like the more warm, bronzy version of Teddy, and it's also longer wearing because it's a 24-hour pencil. So Double Life, fantastic. And then in that same kind of color family and that same kind of finish, this has more of a shimmer finish as well. This has become such an essential part of my pro kit and my makeup applications. I use this on everyone. This is the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal Liner in the shade Cinnamon. So Cinnamon is creamy, lighter, and a more warm leaning eyeliner. And this one is really unique because it is such an ultra creamy formula that I can actually apply this all over the eyelid and blend it up and actually use this as a one and done eyeshadow color. So it's a really versatile formula in that way. This also looks so beautiful. Smudged on the bottom lash line. It's also beautiful in the waterline. I love Cinnamon so much from Victoria Beckham. Absolutely a core essential in my kit. Let's bring it to NARS. And when I think of like an essential brown eyeliner that I cannot live without in my makeup kit, it's Mambo. Mambo eyeliner from NARS. It's been reformulated not that long ago to be longer wearing. This used to be in more of a kohl, traditional kohl formula, kind of like the Costa Riche and Teddy. And it's very similar to Whiskey, but a little more red and just, there's just something really unique and like just like sultry about Mambo on the eyes. And you can smudge it out, you can blend it out, you could do so many things with it, but once it's dried down, she's set, she's good. She's not gonna move, which is fantastic. So Ground Coffee I use the most for like tight lining and really smoking out a bottom lash line or a top lash line. So Ground Coffee is from Lisa Eldridge and it's a deep, really rich brown. So that is Ground Coffee. It's a nice, neutral, rich brown. So easy to work with. These are ultra creamy formulas, so I do find that I like to set these down because if you don't, they can run a little bit. They're still long wearing, but there's a smudginess to them if you don't set them down, if you don't lock them into place. So Ground Coffee. And then the last one from Lisa Eldridge that I love, Burnt Umber, is just, it's kind of the lighter version of Mambo, essentially. So here's Mambo, okay? And then here is Burnt Umber from Lisa Eldridge. Much more red, a little more like, literally like fiery, like a fiery brick brown. stunning on, very unique shade. I do endless things with burnt umber. It's such a beautiful, flattering brown. Like they're all so gorgeous on. And then last but not least, I have gone through at least 5 of these in like the last 2 years. I love and live for Limitless Brown from Makeup Forever. Now I have this in my other kit that has my lip liners in it because I use this as a lip liner. And then I have to have one as eyeliner as well. So I keep them separate. It just feels right. This is such an essential color for me that I use on so many clients that I need to. So this is the one that I use for eyeliner specifically. So Limitless Brown, it's the Artist Pencil from Makeup Forever. I'm gonna swatch this right here. And this is your classic wooden pencil kohl eyeliner or formula. And you can see they're all, it's kind of like, do you really need another nude lipstick? Like for me, it's like, do I really need another brown eyeliner? But when you look at these all together, I'm not crazy. They're all different. They're all different. They're all special and they're all unique in their own way. And so that's why they're all 9 of them are an essential in my kit. Like, look at those. The range, the finishes, in my opinion, they're all an essential. And that's why I had to include all 9 of these as one essential out of the 10 that I keep in my pro kit. So absolutely phenomenal shade. I use this as eyeliner or lip liner and eyeliner myself all the time too. It just, to me, it's a must-have shade if you're a makeup artist or if you're a makeup lover, if you're a makeup wearer. And if you like makeup, you have to get Limitless Brown. It's just a staple for me. But I probably need a sip of water from all the talking that I've done. I geek out and I get really excited when I'm sharing things in my pro kit. There's a lot of passion that goes into my pro kit, obviously. More passion that goes into the makeup looks I create on my own face. I have a lot more fun, to be honest, creating makeup looks on other people than I do on myself. It's just like an outlet. It's just, I don't know, there's something so satisfying and just so rewarding and just fulfilling about doing makeup on other people than it is on myself. So I just love when I get to share little peeks into my pro kit, and you guys really want to see a part 2, so I really hope you enjoy this one. I hope you find it helpful or just interesting to see what other 10 products I find essential in my pro kit. I'm going to say this because it was such a hit last time, but if you want a round 3 of 10 essential products I keep in my pro kit, leave that in the comments below, request it if you want to see it. I will get it done, I promise you. And if you enjoyed this, if any of these are some of your essential brown eyeliners that you love and wear on a regular basis, leave that in the comments as well. But all in all, I just hope you found this helpful and I hope you found this just interesting. Whether you're a makeup artist or not, I hope you found this video interesting. So thank you so much for watching. If you like videos like this, you can check out way more right here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would love to keep you as a subscriber, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.